Hey guys, welcome to the second part here of the reverse de la Riva counters, and today we're gonna do a fun little pass here. And so starting from the same position, we're just talking about a little bit of the threats here that Christian has and how we're gonna stop them from happening, right? So scooch a little bit to that side. So here we are, and there are several reasons why I always like to go down on one knee here, and that is because it's easy for me to keep my base because my center of gravity is much lower, and I can now control the situation much more, right? Whereas if I was standing, he can kind of make me stumble and then set up for different attacks. So by coming lower here, I can now start to create a little bit of distance between me and him, right? Important notice here is the space that's underneath me here, right? If there's a lot of space, Christians will be able to come underneath me and start going for the kiss of the dragon. Whereas if I can close the space a little bit using my knee here, this becomes way, way harder for him to do. So especially if you see the guy is starting to work to get underneath you, you should always try to block with this knee here, okay? So this is my first priority. Don't get caught in any attacks, right? Now the second thing, like we did last time, we're going to be looking to block this far leg here, right? Because we know this one controls distance, and that's a bad thing. So I want to be able to control the distance instead. So one, I can grab here and use my elbow, or two, I can grab the shin here as well. Preferably for this one, I will grab the knee and use my elbow, okay? Now, once I've reached this position, I'm going to now point this knee that's inside here down towards the floor. You'll see that his hook is pretty tight right now, but when I turn my knee to the floor, his hook will slip off, okay? So it's important that I move my weight a little bit out as I do so. So I'm going here, boom, okay? Once his hook slips off, if I just came back inside, he would just put it back right in, right? And that's a problem. So what I want to do is, once I've made it go to the floor, I'm now bringing my heel off the floor with the other leg and now hooking the inside of his cuff, right? What you will also notice, which is a beautiful kind of detail here, is that his arm is usually trapped underneath this thigh here, which gives me a small moment where I can start passing without having to move against both of his arms here, right? So if he only has one arm to frame, that's a good thing for me. So here, grabbing, moving out to the side, make sure if he's coming underneath me, I will always be able to block with my knee here, right? So now I'm pushing my knee to the floor. Now, windshield wiper movement, you guys are gonna see. So here, now watch this. I'm bringing my heel off the floor and I'm bringing my foot on the inside of his cuff here, okay? I like to try to go as close to his knee as possible. So not too far down here. This is gonna be weak, but to his knee, that's perfect, okay? Now, from this position, there's several things that I can do. The simplest one being the knee slide here, right? Boom. So I just change for the underhook like this, and I let my knee fall to the floor, and I keep going in for the knee slide, right? Like I talked about before, his arm is trapped, so this should be easier than the usual knee slide. Make sure not to confuse this with him having the underhook, because that would be a totally different scenario, okay? Another attack that we can do is, if you hook again, push it to the floor, get my leg inside, and we're just gonna go straight into the mount position here, okay? So you'll see how I'm using my knee on his hip to pivot my leg around. So I'm here, I'm still keeping my foot inside of his knee here, so that if he tries to close his legs together, I still can get my foot out and go into the mount. So one last time, a little here. So here, boom, right. Can go for the knee slide or straight to the cross face, pivot my leg out, and now into the mount. Yes. Thank you guys.